exclusive here from NECA.
Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. As always, I'm Robo, and I know y'all get sick of hearing this, but it's a short week, which can be a good thing. I mean, we caught up last week. There's been some shows, there's been some slow weeks, there's been some heavy... Yeah, it's a roller coaster, I know, but that's where we are. We all hope for new stuff to look at, and then we hope for pre-orders. I gotta get that secured, gotta get that... But when it comes around to actually paying for that stuff... Man, I don't know about you guys, but right now my wallet is taking a beating. We've been playing the waiting game a lot, and then suddenly the bank account's like, please, stop. Stop. But as always, there is a few things to look at. So, I mean, that's what we do here, right? First, alright, okay, I hear you. There were new 4 Horsemen Mythic Legions drops last week, and I didn't talk about them. Please forgive me. Won't let me get away with anything, will you? It's just that, I don't know, anytime the 4 Horsemen puts anything up for pre-order, it's like complete sensory overload. New story, new characters, new sculpts, new names. You realize I have to decipher all these scrambled Scrabble tiles, right? I don't even have a firm grasp of the English language, and you expect me to just learn a new one on the fly just to talk about toys. Okay, challenge accepted. Necronomicus is based on the eternal struggle between the Knights of Light and the dark denizens of the dimension of death and destruction, or something like that. That's the gist. I read the bios. That's just the very robo-condensed version. The leader of the big bads is, of course, Necronominus. And just look at this guy. Holy shit. The bones, the golds, the purples, and the reds, there's a lot of frightening things going on here, but it's mixed with some regalness, you know what I mean? And I think that makes it even more scary. A good leader needs a good horse, though, so the bad leader gets a bad horse with Conabus, something like that. A skeleton steed with skeletons on top, just for good measure. These are both available separately, or you can get the package deal with both of them together for kind of a discount. On the hero side, there is Sir Gideon Heaven's Brand 2. I don't know if the 2 in the name means that this is the second figure of the same character, because it does look familiar. Or is it Sir Gideon Heaven's Brand the second? You know, Giddy Jr. GJ here also gets his own horse with Bishop. That's a name I can get behind. Just good and classic. Bishop. But the bio doesn't explain the alternate head where Bishop's kind of decaying away. Does something happen to Bishop? No set with these two together, though. I don't know why. Of course, each side needs their own allies and troops, so there's an undead army builder pack that gives you a lot of fighting skeleton options. I think it's one body with lots of heads, and there's also accessory packs you can add to hands and everything else, so options. Options are good. The Forces of Evil also have the Terpiculi. I think I nailed that one, right? I had to have. Come on now. These are just bigger type troop builders that really drive that exposed bone skeleton theme home, doesn't it? But in an awesome way. Hey fellas, leave a little bone colored plastic and paint for the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's also Belualith. That's as close as it gets. This is Necronominus's general and daughter. Have you ever wondered what Spirit Halloween would look like in action figure form? There you go. I'm joking, calm down. I do like this design, but what draws my eye is that snake dog gazelle thing. Since it has several display options, Maxilius the Harvester seems to be the jack of all trades of this wave, if you're needing a Grim Reaper or a plain skeleton to shove into some other collection. For heroes, there is Sir Adalric, Sir Elijah, and Sir Jack. It's UCCZJAK. Now they're just... Yeah, I have less to say about the heroes because it's essentially just dudes in armor, but the orc has a metric ton of just detail and flourishes, but surprise, it's also a skeleton. Haha, they got you. Various sizes, various prices, links in the description. Hey look, it's an exclusive Plunderling. It's been a little while since I've talked about them. I think this has been seen at several shows over the summer, but with the con circuit winding down, they've announced that Drench Abyss will be available online. It, along with the Hatchling Amethyst crate, will be available on legionshop.com Monday at noon Eastern. The figure is $45, the crate is $25, or there's a bundle of both together for $65. The update does say that there is a very limited amount of the hatchlings, but if in the future they do produce some transparent purple plastic Plunder Strongs or Plunder Longs, those hatchlings will be compatible with the Plunderling. Man, I love the designs and the fun, just everything about this line. Again, the link is below, but the sale doesn't start till Monday. Remember that. Surprise! Mezco has more pre-orders. They teased their 1/12 Collective Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Green Ranger way back at Toys Fair, February 2021. I don't remember what year this was. Then they revealed the team at MezcoCon last October. Not the October that we just passed, but October of 2021. So of course the 5-figure set gets solicited first because that's just how it goes. I've seen mixed thoughts here. For people like me who just kind of window shop Power Rangers, don't know a lot about the property, these look perfectly fine. I mean, at its core, it's just people in spandex with helmets on, which is not usually my favorite type of 1/12 Collective figure because of the mixed media, but here it works. They're not trying to replicate the materials of the body on the various parts that are made of plastic. You know what I mean? I look at these, I see Power Rangers. But if you're a hardcore, tried and true, been watching since the first season Power Ranger fan, you're going to be able to nitpick these to death. Which is true of any toy line. We all have our favorites. We all have our preferences. So I'm preaching to the choir right here. I'm simply explaining why I'm not going, well, they could have done this, or this line's wrong, or this, and this, what's happening? Back when these were first revealed, over a year ago, my Price is Right bid was $475. But that was before we saw all the accessories and the blast effects and the alternate heads and such. If you had shown me all the weapons and the blasters and the holsters and the blasts and the dragon shields and the options and even more effects, I would have went higher. I'd like to bid $650, Bob. Woo! But no, it's $400. I overshot by a bit. No Plinko, no Showcase Showdown, no nothing for Robo. And $400 seems like a deal for these. I mean, that's $80 a piece. That's very basic Mezco pricing on single figures. So if you're down, you're down. Scheduled for July to September of 2023, but we'll see how that goes. Now, will the Green Ranger be an exclusive of some kind? I'm thinking yes, but as we've already proven, my predictions aren't that great. Following up on last week's DC Multiverse Target exclusive gold labeled Flashpoint Aquaman and Deadman, pre-orders opened up for those this week. There's more pictures, more information. Like we talked about, Aquaman is part of one of those slow trickle build-a-figure waves we see at Target, where one figure comes out and you get the figure in a piece, then a couple of months later there's another release, you get another figure, another piece, so on and so forth, until 4 figures, and you can build the 5th. Looks like Sergeant Aquaman here comes with a piece for Cyborg, and if you flip that package around, it is Flashpoint Cyborg. But there you also see little silhouettes for other figures in the wave. The middle two are kind of generic. I have no guesses there, but the last one, I'm thinking that's Flashpoint Wonder Woman. Some people are saying Flashpoint Ocean Master, but even in that alternate timeline, he seems to have the big extravagant fin. I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, the fin. Whereas Wonder Woman has a more generic helmet, and then and a cape. That's my guess. But again, I'm not going on any game shows for that. $25, like I said, exclusive to Target. For Deadman, I didn't even realize it at first. A lot of you pointed out that the belly letter was off-center in that initial picture. Thankfully, it looks like the big D is laying right across the tummy on the actual prototype. As I said, this looks good. Fairly basic body, but spruced up with those dead, decaying flesh parts, and the big collar, which does look kind of weird in the back, but if I were to get this figure, I'd never see that because I would always have those kick-ass swirly ghost parts on there. Again, Target exclusive, $20. And then of course Todd has to tease something for next week because it never ends. Here's the first look at Fury of the Gods Shazam. Makes sense, Black Adam's currently in theaters. This movie's right around the bend. Gotta make hay while the sun shines. Will that cape actually do that, though? That's not all from the house that Todd built, though. The official McFarlane store is offering up another accessory pack, getting weapons out there to give to characters that aren't allowed to come with weapons of their own. And yes, the video shows them all in the hands of Spawn-type characters, but that's the property that Todd has complete control over. If he wants guns in the hands, he can put guns in the hands. And in this case, he says, more guns the better. All the rifles and pistols and minigun and space blasters for Spawn. But if they happen to fall into the hands of other toys, like, say, I don't know, DC Multiverse, that's on the customer, right? I mean, so what if this just happens to look like Frankenstein's weapon, and by sheer coincidence, there's a Megafig Frankenstein up for pre-order. And we have a few Harleys and or Jokers that may be in need of cork guns. No one's saying you should put these together, but no one's saying you shouldn't put these together. Loopholes? Shh. I'm not sure what some of these other weapons are meant for, especially the Astro Blaster types, but I'm sure it'll become more apparent as time goes on. 17 pieces, $15. Ships in February. Finally, let's wrap it up with the newest wave of Hasbro Marvel Legends that went up for pre-order this week. Granted, we've seen all the regular figures, and there's not any new pictures that we haven't gandered. But the Build-A-Figure was a surprise, so let's recap. The Orb, weird, wacky Ghost Rider villain in Evel Knievel garb, big eyeball for a head. I think I'll steal the motorcycle that came with Wolverine to give to Mr. Optic Noggin here. I was gonna go with Globe Dome, which works in my head, but when I say it out loud, it feels like it runs together. Globe Dome. I think we can all agree that it's better than Peeper Noodle, though, which was also in the running. Molecule Man scratches another classic character itch, but looking at it, it has kind of an animated feel to it. Getting a lot of use out of those baggy pants and sleeves, though, that's a good thing. Because they also use those limbs on the new Safari Jacket Wonder Man. When this was first revealed, I made the joke about Simon being super strong, breaking his zipper, because it's zipped from here to here, but then open here. Who knew there was two-way zippers? Not this guy, where there's two pulls at the bottom, and you pull the first one, you zip it up. But if you need more movement in the hips, you know, like, say, action figures that we all know and love, you can pull the other one. I don't know why I'm still doing this, but you can pull the other one and it opens up down here, allowing you access to pockets and whatever else while being warm and toasty. And here I thought I had my finger on the pulse of fashion. I'm still wearing this, so what do I know? Speaking of that, though, I'm not as experienced with this look for the Yelena Belova Black Widow, but I like the mask and how hard it leans into the theme. I don't like the single elbows, though, especially for someone who comes with a rifle that needs to have a little extra movement there. Baron von Strucker. I've already talked about the droopy eye behind the monocle. I'm hoping that's just a prototype thing, but I still like the overall look here. He's going to look good heading up a squad of Hydra soldiers. Extremis Iron Man is looking pretty sweet. This is one of those figures that I don't really need another Iron Man, but if I see somebody giving him a test drive and putting the articulation through the paces and it functions well, then I may get it because that's the kind of guy I am. Ultimate's Captain America, rocking that military feel that I kind of like, but I'm in this for the shield and custom fodder. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to make use of all the plastic that comes in this package. Like I said, the Build-A-Figure was the big surprise, the big reveal of this wave going up for pre-order, and it is Puff Adder. You know, Puff Adder from the Serpent Society. Go read your handbooks, damn it. Hasbro's been whittling away at this team for a long, long time, and they're not even halfway done, but it's nice to get another member. The costume colors, okay, maybe not the costume colors, the application of those costume colors makes my eyes kind of cross. It's kind of muddy, kind of sludgy. You look at it and go, what's going on there? I wish there was more contrast, or they had put some line work around the design itself on the X's and the O's, the hugs and kisses. Still though, it's Puff Adder. It's the big bruiser of the group. Now give us Anaconda or Diamondback or any of the other members. I feel like this is going to take years and years and years and years and years to finish off. And that's it for this week. Well, probably not. You know how this goes. It's the same old, hey, if I miss something, we'll swing back around next week. If you'd like to see any of these pictures up close without me all like to say hi to my friends and family, all at home, my beautiful wife in the audience, my kids. I ran out of breath. I'll be posting all of that along with links to pre-orders, more information on the Fwoosh front page Saturday at noon. But if you can't wait that long, links are in the description. And it's one of those weeks where I don't really have anything to put right here. I got nothing I want to get off my chest. To reiterate the first though, man, so many pre-orders coming in. You don't realize how much you pre-order, especially when you go like the last year we've had, couple of years we've had, where there's all kinds of stuff to grab. I'll put that on pre-order. Oh, it says next year, dang. And then everything starts piling up. But it feels like lately the dam's kind of broke. And then I get stuff and well, this is shipping soon. Oh, PayPal has paid this much and this. And then I realize, oh no, I need to go look at what I've pre-ordered and maybe cancel a couple of things. Because if they're all coming out at the same time, oh, Robo don't know how to budget. I've gotten to the point where I'm not really pre-ordering as much. I'm kind of waiting for sales. I'm being thrifty, you know? Maybe that's the lesson learned. Be more thrifty. Wait for sales. Even if it's like a couple of dollars, I still feel, oh, okay, I saved this much on 60 figures. That adds up. I haven't gotten 60 figures this month, but you know what I mean. When you get a pile of figures, you realize, oh, if I saved $1 or $2 on each one, that's a chunk of change. Anyway, if you enjoyed this Fwoosh Weekly, comment, like, subscribe. Much love to the plus. If you're interested in seeing videos early or in a position to help out the channel, patreon.com. But wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. Oh, last week I talked about getting the gingerbread trooper at Disneyland. That same weekend I got the white Wookiee at GameStop. The gingerbread Wookiee, okay, I got this to, what was it, Target? The bone clone, the white Wookiee, the gingerbread clone, and I'm waiting on Walmart's Halloween Were-Wookiee. That's all the holiday I'm doing. I'm not doing the rest. I didn't put them on pre-order. If I see them in store, I'm going to pass them up. I swear, that's not me bullshitting. That's just me saying, this is all that interested me. Again, save a little money here, save a little money there. I can use those funds on stuff I really want, that I really need.